IndieGamesAAA.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Indie Taste Test. Today, I'm looking at Powargrid. This is an online, currently in beta. That ping was my phone. I apologize. My level of professionalism goes down daily. Today we have Powargrid. Powargrid is a turn-based strategy game. Kind of boils it down to its basic elements. I'm so bad at this game it hurts. So there's different maps you can see. We got Skirmish 2, Skirmish 3, Skirmish 4 is missing image. We'll go Skirmish 3. So this is currently in beta. I'm going to go with a fair fight because I'm not very good. It's like chess, and I've always been really bad at chess, I guess is the way to put it. These are your generals. The art on those guys is purposefully bad. So this is a very small map, and there's a few different maps, but you see you got your pieces over here on the left, and you get to lay them down. Everything moves super nice when you have the graphics set all the way up. So he's going to start building in. I need to block that off, because if he gets down a laser cannon, he can start hitting my power plant, which would be... You need your power plants. So each turn you gain more power, up to a total of 50 from each power plant. And the farther you try to build something away, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner where it says power line, the more it costs in energy. So here it's 11, here it's 12, here it's 13. So eventually you want to build more power plants. So I'm going to keep kind of extending my lines out so he can't get in on top of my power plants. As soon as all the opponent's power plants are destroyed, the game is over. So that's key. So a lot of the early game is kind of laying down power lines so you can later take advantage of some of your opponent's mistakes, as well as begin moving in on their important structures. So I'm actually going to go ahead here and start attacking his thingamajig. So as soon as you lay him down, which just costs 65, giving them charges actually also costs resources. So you see that took me down. My power plants are finally up to full. There's also substations, which allow you to store power depending on where they're built. And there are towers and cannons. Towers send like a specific line of... So here, I'll show you what they do. So you can see you lay it down. It'll send out a shockwave that affects all the yellow areas, whereas a tower shoots in a direct line. And power lines simply connect everything, and you need the power lines. Power lines can also be destroyed, so it's important to keep your power lines safe. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making room for another power plant. So we're going to build here, here, and here. I want a second power plant like right in there. Because that'll be tough to kill. Then I'm going to start working my way around here to really lead an assault on his power plant. Once again, I'm not good at this game, not by any stretch of the imagination, so you'll see, I'm sure if you've played this, you'll see me make crazy amounts of play mistakes and everything. It is not easy, because it is a strategy game, and I am notoriously bad, as well as horrendous at those types of games. It's just how it is. So, alright, so you saw he's able to charge that twice, which will send out 2 shockwaves, one at the end of his turn and one at the beginning of my turn. Yep, and he destroyed my thing. So I have a couple options. I could rebuild that. I could lay down my new power plant, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. As well as block off what would seem to be... It seems like he has a good route right now to go ahead and start hitting that power plant, especially if he gets down like a tower. So I'm going to block that off. That is seemingly intelligent, but if you thought that, you'd probably be wrong. So this thing might be able to hit my new power plants, so I'm going to work my hardest to destroy that. I think I'm going to go ahead and lay this here. Give it a charge. Oh, he's got a second turret. That's no good. It actually could be very bad for that power plant right there. What else do I want to do? I feel like if I was able to get right in here, I would really be able to do some damage with the tower. Now you can't, I think you can replace things actually. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really in danger right now because he has 2 turrets. So those need to die as quickly as possible. Yep. So I think what I'm going to do is throw down all my resources to protect them. Oh man, I don't have enough. Bummer! Okay, well I destroyed some of his power lines. So he might still be able to get my plant here, but... Okay, he wasn't able to. That's amazing. So I'm going to continue to give these charges, destroying his turrets and whatnot. And I'm going to start working my way, actually, on cutting off his power line possibilities. I believe you can repair these. Oh no, I overcharged it. Overcharging is also an option. Usually that's not a great idea though, so especially when you have something that's low health. So that could be devastating, as well as maybe like cutting some things off. And my power plant died because I overcharged it on accident. So it seems like he's trying to get to these 2 power plants, so it'd probably be a good idea to cut him off. That should be top priority. You see how much power I lost because I lost my 1 power plant? It can be pretty devastating. So you want to keep your power plants alive. That's why it's called Powargrid. So he just overcharged his power grid. And I think it's time to start making some quick work of this turret, because I'm pretty sure that's in range of doing some serious damage. So the other thing you want to do is if you can cut off connections between power lines, that's excellent as well. So and it shows 2 charges because there's a green circle in there, and then there is a second green circle. Okay. So that should destroy that turret he has right there. And I'm going to go aggressive and start moving this into his base to destroy his other power grid. So that might actually do a bunch of damage. So I probably should have killed that, but hey, hindsight's 100,000% of what life is or something. So I'm going to put down another tower here. See if I can't do some damage to that before it destroys my turret. Yep, destroyed my turret. Bummer. I need to reconnect that. So yeah, that was a pretty disastrous turn for him. So now all I need to do is get to that grid over there. Should have hooked up another substation earlier, but I'll just get another, just in case. Extend the lead. Whoops. I'm not sure if there's a way to undo actions. I hope they add that in eventually. So I want to cut that power line off. I think that's a good idea. So I kind of got him cornered in. So I'm going to want to get a tower here. And get a tower here. So the second charge costs more than the first, so that's why sometimes you see I can't do it. So he's really out of options, so I can just double charge that, and that should do it. Throw down turret for some guaranteed extra damage. See, so he's only producing 50 power a turn because he only has one power plant. And I could start storing more power, which would be a good idea. Because I'm producing a lot of power. Yep. Victory! And I'm recruit number 88150. So they give you your stats, buildings lost, power generated, that type of thing. You save your replay online. So let's check out the main menu. That drum beat was good. This music is weird in the beginning, and I like it a lot. So there's achievements. You can get a network game going. Let's take a look at settings. You know, you got your regular stuff, all that stuff, system info. I don't want you reading. Okay, this is what my computer is. If anybody was curious, I'm getting a solid 35 frames a sec, and I'm running just such a old graphics card. Yes, what are pre-rendered backgrounds? Okay. And then you have your skirmish, which is like your play against the computer thing. And then finally you have like a campaign mode, which I played quite a bit. And right now you can unlock the campaign, is that you get to play, missions that kind of teach you the game, and you know what a campaign is. Then you got your credits. I think this is really a cool thing. Like it's a take on the turn-based strategy game that kind of it feels like a very German board game. If you've played kind of what are considered tabletop games, this is very reminiscent of one of those, but online. It kind of boils down strategy to a few basic elements, and challenges you to kind of like combine elements of chess and design and strategy in really cool ways. Seems like a game that is easy to pick up and play. Like the mechanics are super simple. I'd imagine you can already kind of know what you're doing if you came out of this and went into the game and like, I'm going to play this. But it seems like there is an incredible amount of room for growth and learning. So yeah, I really enjoy this. I hope you check it out. You can go to powargrid.com. I'll leave that below so you can check this out. It's free to play right now. No cash, and it's in beta. So go ahead, go help them out, report them bugs and stuff like that, all that good stuff. It runs in the web browser. You don't even need to download it. It's really tough on Internet Explorer if you're running that, though. So don't run Internet Explorer ever. And that's all I have for you for this Indie Taste Test. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer anything. And thank you so much for watching. I'll be back once again soon with another Indie Taste Test.